Hey lovies, welcome back to my channel, Extreme Tarot, where we do moon readings and pick a cards. If you have been watching my channel or if you subscribe here, I just wanted to let you know I think I'm going to be foregoing my zodiac readings as much as I love doing them. The first 4 times I do it, it just gets monotonous doing the same reading 12 times. I dread it and then I procrastinate, so I think we're just gonna like take a break from those at least for now. So today we're doing a pick a card reading, the classic tarot question. What is your person feeling for you right now? I have 3 piles for you to choose from. We're going to look into like the connection as a whole. Then we're going to look into how they're feeling. We're going to get tarot and oracle cards and some messages at the end. So go ahead and take a second. I have 3 piles here. I have pile 1 right here with the blue kyanite, so pretty, and the Spirit Song Tarot. I have pile 2 with the rose quartz heart and the Everyday Witch Tarot. And then I have pile 3 with the labradorite. I don't know, you can't, oh, there we go. You see how pretty it is? It looks like dark and whatever. But, and the, what is this? The Naked Heart Tarot. So go ahead and take a second, pause the video if you need to in order to pick your pile, and I will see you there. Okay guys, so if you chose pile 1, the Spirit Song Tarot and the blue kyanite, this is going to be your reading. Put that right there. And we're going to dive into this later. I have some pre-shuffled oracles that we're going to get into now quick. Let me just grab those. Oh, okay. So let's see what we have here. So this I have to represent what's going on in your connection right now. We have the seed. Okay. This is your energy, or it could be flipped, but I'm gonna read it like this is you, this is your person, but if it seems flipped, that's totally fine too. But we have embrace through each other. You find the missing pieces. That's the imagery on the back. Okay. And then for your person, that's the imagery. We have surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Okay. And then for you guys, we have 5th house passion. This is how you're feeling towards the connection. Performance, entertainment, creativity, costume, play, love affairs, joy, pleasure, parties, children, humor, romance, and disco ball. Just put this like straight. And sorry, I know you can't really see it because of this plant, but I like it. And then we have, for your person, Mars, action, desire, impulses, courage, force, heat, strength, competition, workouts, excitement, thirst, impatience, anger, leadership, engine, potency, willpower, motor, and sex drive. Okay. So let's see, what do we have here? So what's going on between you guys right now? We have the seed, which I'm trying to see. Oh, I do have the book right here. Let's read from the book because I like the way that, like I like how it describes these cards, like these energies, I should say. So we have the seed, the beginning, the origin, and the pearl. Beginnings come in many forms. They are not always a beautiful seed placed intentionally in nourishing soil. Origin stories, like any birth story, are complex, surprising, multi-layered, and usually reveal a central image or detail that represents the fully formed being. Simply stated, the end is present in the beginning, or the entire oak tree resides within the acorn. Whether you follow this imaginal theory or not, know that when this card appears, there is potent generative energy all around. It stirs your very insides and usually results in an antsy, impatient feeling. Pay particular attention to what agitates you, as it is a sure sign of growth to come. You are bumping up against a growth edge. It is from the grit that the pearl eventually comes to be. Interesting. It says when light, it's generative, fertile, germinating, and building. When dark, festering, stewing, and dormant. And then there's these little things on the sides. One of the alchemist's favorite images was the pearl. The irritant over time becomes the treasure. What is your grit? And the true seed is elusive. If we follow any story towards its origin, it spirals farther and farther back in time. In this way, we are always the seed and always the fruit it bears. Okay, that's one of those riddles that I'm just going to make my head hurt if I try to think about it. So I'll wait till later to analyze that one. But okay, so what do we have to work with here? Interesting. So I feel like with the seed, so like what we're like the origin story. So I feel like perhaps like your origin story with this person could be a little complicated. It was talking a lot about grit and how like eventually all the trials or whatever, all the like rough stuff that you guys are going through, even if you're not together, but if you're just kind of like on a little spiritual journey, this kind of feels like a more spiritual pile, just with all that pearl wisdom that we were feeling, or I'm sorry, hearing about. I feel like your person, they have this Mars energy coming through. I feel like they could be a little bit impatient, because that's like a very like, I want to charge forward, but then they also have the energy of surrender that's kind of like opposite energy. So I feel like they could be having a lot of like push pull inside of them, although in your case, we have embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces. I feel as though you're sort of in a more healthy state than your person right now. I feel like you're not really fighting with yourself. I feel like you're maybe even thinking positively about this connection, or just you've made your peace with the fact that this person is the one that brings you joy and pleasure. And, you know, it's almost like with the 5th house, it talks a lot about play and children. It's almost like it's very simple. Like when you're a kid, like you're like, I like that, or I don't like that. It's just like, you've just been like, no, I like that. Like I have to kind of like see it through. No one really makes me feel this way. No one has like stirred my passions as much as this person has. Like we have romance on here. There's like imagery of like a carnival flower, a watermelon, just like makes me think of like summertime and fun. I feel like you maybe feel like you have a lot of fun with this person. You really enjoy your time with them. Pleasure, parties, yeah. Romance, disco ball. That's making me think of like, I don't know, like you feel like you guys could go out and do things. Like you feel like you are compatible on like a lot of levels. Like you would have a lot of fun together. We have performance and entertainment, creativity, and costume as well. So I feel like what I'm getting from that is that you really like enjoy talking to your person. You find them very entertaining, or you almost feel more free. I'm getting like a sense of freedom. This says embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces, but I'm almost getting a sense of like security and safety that almost like lets you be a little bit more wild and free, if that makes sense, and just be yourself. I feel like you could be like the you that was you when you were a kid with this person, if that makes sense. It just kind of like liberates you, and very naturally though. And you're able to sort of like just be yourself, like you, and maybe it feels like you're 2 little kids hanging out or something, like not even like kids, but just that playful spirit. Like there's a very playful energy. But then with this embrace, through each other, you find the missing pieces. I feel like, I don't know, like, and we're not looking into like you or your person's past or anything like that, but especially if you've had a rough past, if you know your person has had a rough past, especially in love, it seems like they could be with these boxing gloves, like a little bit defensive when it comes to love and when it comes to this connection as well. Like I was saying, that push-pull. So you maybe feel like the 2 of you would be an amazing duo, because you would almost like, yeah, that whole thing with the origin story, maybe each of your origin stories in love is like a little bit messy, a little bit dark. There's some grit, there's some venom, there's something. And you feel like with each other, you would almost be like the antidote to that, like, you know, the opposite of that. It would be fun. You would, and this is like Leo energy with the 5th house. That's like So like you would be loyal to each other, like kind of a thing. Like, you know, like also Leo talks a lot about pride and, you know, like the way you look and things like that. So maybe you feel like you guys just like look good together, you would go good together, like you're both good people that like, especially if you have like rough origin stories, and especially if you were kind of like the same, like say you were the ones always getting cheated on, you were the ones always getting broken up with or left behind or whatever it is. Like I feel like you have like, oh, I just heard poetic justice in my head, like something is common and what we have common is pain. That part, like you feel like you have something in common when it comes to your past, that you both would be like the antidote for each other and be able to start a new story here, like armed with like the lessons you both learned from your past. But it's like I feel like you've zeroed in, I feel like you both have zeroed in, because this is like both of your energy, like even through the muck and even through the grit and the light and the dark, like you've zeroed in that each other is like a pearl. Like I feel like what this is saying to me with the pearl at the center is like each other's heart, and that's like a big vibe that I'm getting here. Now for your person, let me just take a sip of my coffee because it's gonna get cold. Let me just finish it quick. For your person, we have, okay, surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. Again, it's that sort of feeling of the origin story here. Like what this card was talking about, how like the ending is in the new beginning. So it's like maybe this person wants to like kind of rush forward here with the Mars action, but there's still something from their past holding them back. We must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. If you happen to know that they are in some other sort of relationship, situation, whatever the case, maybe that's the block here that's stopping, you know, you guys from coming together. And that's something that they would have to sort of like work out before they would come forward. If it's not that, it could just be any residual pain and trauma, like from their past connections. And again, just remember trauma. I know I hate that word. I always have to like give my little disclaimer that it's just like things that we haven't like resolved emotionally or dealt with emotionally. That's all it means. It's like still in there. And a lot of times, you know, it's, especially if we've been betrayed or we've been hurt very bad, we don't want to like think about it. We don't want to feel pain about it. We want to like shut it down and just like move forward in a more like action oriented way, like in a more defensive way moving forward. So it just doesn't happen again, instead of dealing with what happened to begin with. Your person could be somebody that is like that doesn't really want to sift through their emotions of the past. They just want to keep moving forward is kind of a vibe that I'm getting. But I think there is something here that they're not dealing with, or some old belief that is still sort of like hanging on. I feel like you're in two different places. Like I was saying, you're more unified, you're more whole here. I feel like you've sort of found a way to make peace with the situation if you guys are in some sort of a separation here, and feel whole and complete on your own and still have fun on your own. Like I feel like you're still, you're in a very good vibe here. Your person, I feel like could be going through it a little bit, like just that they're with the boxing gloves and the fire. Like what's that song, Love on the Brain by Rihanna? I don't know, I just feel like there isn't that something in the song, you've got me like something fist fighting with fire just to get, I don't know, I can't remember how that song goes like off the top of my head right now, but that's what that looks like to me. Like I'm not usually from this card, it's like woo, they're coming towards you. Like it's not necessarily that kind of a vibe. I feel like this is them trying to like fight through some sort of fiery thing. Desire, impulse, courage, force, heat, strength, competition, workouts, excitement. Maybe this is just them. It says anger, leadership, engine, potency, willpower, motor, and sex drive. With that competition, maybe they wonder if like, you know, they have competition with you, something like that. And like, that's like a thought that's like torturing them, something, especially if they have a past where like the person they were with like hurt them, left them for somebody else, cheated on them. Maybe they're just like afraid, like, oh, that's just gonna happen again, which maybe you're like, no, that would never happen. But maybe they thought it wouldn't happen last time. They were blindsided, and they just, now they're like sort of, they've got their boxing gloves on and stuff like that. So, all right, let's see how your person's feeling about you. I'm kind of excited to get more into this. Like your message was very clear. I want to kind of see like what's going on. So
how is pile one's person feeling about pile one right now? We have Two of Crystals, balance and adaptability. We have Page of Acorns, discovery and enthusiasm. Nine of Crystals, security and abundance, which is Pentacles. We have Two of Feathers, decisions and direction. And one more. Ace of Shells, happiness and abundance. Okay. On the back of the deck, we have the King of Wands, which is, again, that sort of like Mars energy. It's like Aries energy, optimism, innovation. But look at this horse. Like, it's almost like when a horse does that, I don't know what the actual name is, but when it's like kind of going up and down, like wanting to like run away, but it can't. It's like, I feel like that's like the energy your person's in. It's a very much so like a push-pull kind of an energy. So yeah, like I feel like they're kind of having this, and we have the Two of Feathers and the Two of Crystals. Like a lot of times twos can signify sort of like a split. So we have two of them here, two twos. So at the heart of this reading, we have the Nine of Crystals, security and abundance. So I feel like your person, they could be trying to keep busy with work. With the Nine of Crystals, they could be working on like maybe becoming more independent. Maybe that's something that they feel is kind of holding them back from being with you. They're either doing that or like using work as an excuse. I'm almost getting a sense of like a lot of like ups and downs here. Like with the Two of Crystals, like they're busy in their life and they're trying to just stay busy. But then the Page of Acorns, this always reminds me of like this card. There's this episode of Buffy, like the prom, and there's like these hellhounds that they raise, and it's like they train them to attack people in formal wear, so they like ruin the prom, like whatever. But they like they let loose one earlier just to like test him out, see if he's like ready to kill prom goers, I guess. And it's like he's in there, he's trying to attack somebody, and then he sees someone in formal wear, and his head like swivels like and is just like makes a beeline. Like, so that's like this card always reminds me, it kind of looks like that hellhound, and it's like that moment where like its head whips around and it sees like something that it likes and just like, you know what I mean? I feel like that's what keeps happening. Like your person is sort of trying to live their life here, just do whatever, and then it's like they get some sort of like, either they're reminded of you or like maybe they hear from you or something, and where their attention is like immediately like drawn back to you with the Page of Acorns, curiosity, like interest, excitement, like they're like, whoa, like, but he's like gripping onto this thing here like to keep himself from moving back. And then it's like they get back into work mode here. Nine of Crystals, I gotta build up my security, like I gotta like make that money, like I gotta do whatever they're trying to do here in their life. Then it's like, then I feel like they sit around thinking about it, like, because with this surrender energy, it's making me think of like, I was getting like a very like restless like sense of urgency, but feeling stuck sort of a feeling. Again, it's like gripping onto this branch here, just like this guy. But then we are ending here with the Ace of Shells, happiness and abundance. So I feel like at some point they're gonna like make their peace with it, and that could be again what this pearl, this seed card is talking about, where it's almost like they're gonna have some sort of a breakthrough where they're gonna sort of be able to I keep saying sort of, I'm sorry. They're gonna have a breakthrough where almost like, I feel like their decision is going to be made for them by the way that they feel, if that makes sense. Like they're just going to have a sort of, it's not going to be, I feel like they're waiting for like either like a sign, like a big moment, something to really like make something clear. But I feel like the answer is not this big thing that's going to like fall from the sky. It's like a soft knowing in their heart that is just going to sort of like come to them quietly, if that makes sense. I feel like there's nothing you can really do. I feel like they maybe almost need this time to think and like come to this conclusion. They need to be stuck so they can unstick themselves. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives, let go, and all will work out. Maybe they'll have some sort of epiphany like, all right, you know what? That's it. Like, I'm not going to think about this anymore, blah, blah, blah. And then like almost like 2 days later, they'll have like an epiphany, another epiphany, or just a realization of like, oh, you know what? Like, pile one makes me so happy, and like, it says happiness and abundance on here. Pile one makes me so happy, and I'm like fretting over this when I could really just swim right over there and like be with the person that I care about. I mean, I don't think they're necessarily like this is going to happen like tomorrow or something like that, but I feel like they will get there eventually because there is something real between you. This is reminding me of this energy of the 5th house with the Ace of Shells. It's that same sort of a vibe that I was getting from that card. So I feel like almost your energies together are going to come into alignment. But first they need to sort of go through this process is what I would say. So let's get a few more oracle cards and see what else we can get. Oh, look, caring connections. Okay. But then we had walking away on the bottom of the deck. So it's almost like, oh, and then we had, look, this garden and the gate. Just given the way that this came out, I don't feel like it's walking away from you. I feel like it's almost like walking towards you. I feel like they're like right now they're like standing at this gate. They're going to have to make a decision to walk through. And then it's like because they care about you, or you're going to, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, it's like that soft feeling of like, well, I actually care about this person, and you know, they care about me. So like maybe this is right, blah, blah, blah. I feel like with the turtle being the representation of the Ace of Shells here, that could indicate that it might take some time. Like, you know, even though they want to like dive forward, it's like, again, that turtle energy with the Mars, like the fast, impulsive energy. So let's see, how else is pile one's person feeling about pile one? Give me some insight into pile one's person. How are they feeling? Okay. We have a full moon in Virgo. You are good enough. I feel like there is a full moon in Virgo coming up, if I'm not mistaken. That's the next moon coming up. So maybe that moon is going to be significant, like some sort of a turning point for your person. We also have a new moon in Leo on the bottom of the deck. Confidence is your key to success, and you are good enough. So I feel like with this 9 of crystals, yes, your person is trying to build themselves up in some way, whether it's financially, whether it's just their confidence, their self-worth, whether they would phrase it, maybe they're just like working out, they're trying to work on their fitness, like whatever it is, like, you know, something that's making them feel bad about themselves. Maybe they're not having luck, like they're not doing good at work or something like that. They don't feel like they make enough money. Oh, look, I just cut to failure. So yeah, like maybe they're, oh, there's like the book is in here. Hold on. I was just trying to shuffle this. I mean, maybe, yeah, like their sense of self-worth is like directly tied to their finances. So when their finances are like doing poorly, they just feel like they're doing poorly in general in life, and it affects their confidence and their self-worth overall, you know? So that's something that they're, I mean, we see, like, I think we got 2 crystals cards here. Oh, sorry. And then even like with the Mars energy, that's kind of like the energy of the Emperor and stuff like that. So maybe they're having to face a lot of issues with their self-worth and things like that in relation to their finances or something physical. With the Virgo, it could even be because Virgo, yeah, well, Virgo talks about workouts and stuff like that. Also talks about your daily routine. Maybe they feel like they're kind of just like bumming it out right now, and then they're just like kind of sitting there feeling bad about it, and then that's when they're like wanting to get up and start moving, but they can't. Like it's just like a circle. It's a cycle that never ends. And let's see, one more. How is pile one's person feeling about pile one? We have worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. And then judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. So yeah, they're definitely, and like with that's coming up right over this 2 of feathers, I feel like it's not so much, well, maybe it is like worrying going around and around like we were talking about with whatever's going on in their own life. But I feel like it's also just like a stuck feeling where like they don't know which way to turn. So they're not going anywhere. Kind of like that garden and the gate card that was on the bottom of the deck here. I have to sneeze. Give me one sec. Chew. Oh my God. Chew. Woo. All right. But I think the Caring Connections card did come out to show that, like, this isn't about you. This isn't because they don't care about you. They do. This is about themselves, like, not feeling good enough and not being able to, they don't feel like they're good enough for, like, any connection. They don't feel like they're ready in more of, like, a financial way, I would say, than an emotional way, which is, like, interesting. I feel like their emotions are very sure. They're very sure about their emotions. For you and the way that they care about you. I think it's themselves that's the issue here, which is, oh, sorry, a lot of times like a common occurrence with these readings. Sorry, I'm just gonna fix that. Okay, so let's get some messages from them. So yeah, maybe they just have a few things to kind of shape up in their life here before they can, like, be ready for you. All right, I'm gonna take these out and just put these away quick and just get the messages here, because otherwise it gets too messy. Let's see. Okay. Let's get some messages from your person, pile 1. Please tap me into the energy of pile 1. This person, and what would they most like to say to pile 1 right now? Okay, what would pile 1's person most want to articulate to pile 1? I want to kiss you more than I've ever wanted anything. You're so beautiful, it hurts. I am so sorry. What else? Ooh. I've never met anyone who had the same heart as me. It blows my mind how caring and kind you are. Interesting, it says caring. We had caring connections here. Remember when I was saying that pearl was like your 2 hearts, and like just feeling like there could be like, there's like that sort of like heart connection, that heart understanding, like we have the same heart. You are more to me than just sex, but I can't deny how much I do want you. And yeah, maybe that was that Mars energy. They're very sexually frustrated. It's motivating them, but at the same time they feel stuck, so it's just kind of like torturing them. It's so hard for me to think right now. I'm so confused. Yeah, they need to have some sort of a break. They need to stop thinking, I think, in order to like get clearer. You know, it's like with the surrender energy, like they have to just be like, you know what, I don't know right now, just let it go, focus on trying to like feel as good as they can. I mean, they're not watching this probably, so they'll never know, but that's what I think they should do. That's always the advice when you're like trying to solve a problem. You make me so mad sometimes, but then I realize I'm just mad at myself. And you never run out of energy. And again, maybe like I was saying, they almost feel like a bum or something like that. We have your energy so refreshing on the bottom of the deck. They feel like a bum or something like that. Let's get 3 more, why not? And maybe they're like looking at you, who's just like bouncing around doing so many things, and they're just like, wow, like I'm a loser, like I'm a bum, or blah blah blah. You do nice things just to be nice and not so other people will applaud you. Good for you, pile 1. I feel like we connect on every level. Yes, I do really, I was really feeling that in this reading. Like it just works, kind of. It's just a good fit. We have, I hear you so clearly sometimes. It's like you're actually here and you speak so eloquently. Interesting. 2 things about like the way you speak and what you say. This is more of like a spiritual thing, like where you feel like you're like, maybe they feel like they're actually like picking up on your energy, feeling your energy, things like that. So, or even just when they, I always say, because not everyone's in like a spiritual like connection like that, but if it's not that, maybe it's just that like when they think about you, it's like their feelings are so strong, like they remember your smell, like they really have like a good sense memory when it comes to you. Like they hear your laugh, they hear like, they could just imagine you talking and telling a story or whatever it is, and they really miss you so much it hurts. Like wasn't there, oh, you're so beautiful, it hurts, but same thing. And then we have them starting to understand you on the bottom of the deck. Hopefully they will start to understand themselves soon too. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching this reading. I hope you enjoyed it and got something useful out of it. If you wouldn't mind to take a minute to like, comment, or subscribe to my channel, I would love it. Otherwise, though, I will catch you in the next reading, okay? Bye. Oh, I just realized you can't see these. Wait, let's just put them up there so you can. Sorry. All right, I'll remember that for the next one. All right, thank you guys. Bye. All right. Hey, Lovey. So if you chose pile 2 and the heart, that's a rose quartz heart, I think I meant to say. This is going to be your reading to see how your person's feeling about you. Woo. All right, this is the tarot. We're going to get into this later. I'm going to put this tarot deck away from the last reading, last pile. And let's see, put it right here. And then let's see, I have your pre-shuffled oracle card. So this is the energy of what's going on between you. We have Thanatos, death. Ooh. Okay. Oh my God, this is Joanna Gaines. Do you like from Magnolia, like Joanna and Chip from like HGTV? Now they have their own network. If you watch HGTV, they tell me that's not Joanna Gaines. But anyway, this is your energy. Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. Also, the energies could be flipped. Just bear that in mind. So if you feel like it's flipped, just, you know, watch the reading that way, I guess. I don't know. I'm just going to read it like this is you and this is your person. For your energy here, wait, what was the imagery? Oh, it was Joanna Gaines, duh. For your person, we have this card. It says forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events where life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. Okay. And for you guys, your energy towards the connection, we have Uranus energy, revolution, breakthroughs, brainstorming, originality, insight, awakening, technology, innovation, humanitarianism, reform, surprise, freedom, experimentation, the unexpected, rupture, edge, diversity, and lightning. Okay, and then for your person, we have Aquarius, which is Uranus energy, so that's interesting. There's a little mirroring going on, perhaps. It says experimental, rational, unique, liberal, electric, group-oriented, humanitarian, free, radical, eccentric, diverse, futuristic, utopian, idiosyncratic, disruptive, edgy, and detached. All right. So that's what we have going on here. Let's look in the book for this Thanatos energy and just see what it says. Obviously, I think it means death. So there could be sort of like an ending coming through here in this connection. It just, yeah, Thanatos or Thanatos. I don't know how you say it, but that death. It is tempting to oversimplify death and sum it up as transformation. But the true archetypal resonance of Thanatos cannot be easily assimilated or contained. Death is ongoing and omnipresent, an eternal response to the gift of birth. Witnessing the ending of another being, creature, phase, or stage has deep consequences for the psyche. We are forever changed by Thanatos as it sweeps us under its wings, making us relinquish control in every form. It leaves a mark of ash upon our heart, signifying we have touched the cusp of the underworld and will return to the land of the living eventually with more compassion and wisdom to share. This capacity is needed in our world. One who has faced the annihilation of Thanatos can face anything. When this card appears, it signifies an initiation into the underworld. Interesting. And it says, when late, grieving, mourning, bearing witness to all that is. When dark, fear or insensitivity to old age, illness, the dying. Oh my God. These little side things. Facing Thanatos' death leads us to Aletheia, truth. And there are those with a great gift for navigating Thanatos' energy. Thankfully, we find these generous souls in emergency rooms, hospitals, hospice centers, and the like. Okay. So there's definitely some sort of ending here. I feel like there could have been a big fight. There could have been something that just kind of severed this connection. And like it was saying, like it's ongoing. I feel like maybe you're the one that feels responsible for this. Look inside yourself, examine what is causing you to feel this way. So I feel like you're feeling some sort of a way, some type of way here with Uranus. Breakthroughs, maybe you've had some sort of a breakthrough about your own actions. Humanitarianism, reform, surprise, freedom. Okay, rupture, edge. Maybe this was like something that was unexpected, that this would come to an end or something like that. I feel like, yeah, with the POW here, I feel like your person could have been the one. Look at the energy of this person. I feel like this Aquarius person definitely zapped the fly person, like here. Like they're like, pow. Like look at her energy. It's a badass bitch. Like, look at her. She's like, fuck off. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying your person's saying fuck off to you, but just on the card. Like, she has that energy of, like, being the one calling the shots. You know what I mean? And also they got forgiveness. So, maybe your person is the one that sort of needs to forgive in this situation. I feel like if anything, you need to forgive yourself. That's what I would say. But we have edgy and detached. So maybe it's not even that this person like sort of powed you with like a words, or like it wasn't like some big fight. It's more like they powed you by detaching from you or something like that. And you're sort of like, I think that was very shocking to you, in a way. Like maybe they just stopped initiating contact with you because like they always would. Maybe they stopped like responding to your contact. Maybe, oh, I was just like hearing that song Right Here by Stained when I was looking, when it's like, why can't you just forgive me? I don't want to relive all the mistakes I've made along the way. That song Right Here, I think it's called Right Here by Stained, maybe is like relevant, but you always find a way to keep me right here waiting. Okay, so maybe that's sort of like the vibe of your connection up until this point, and maybe something changed radically that they weren't expecting, like something was cut off, or like kind of removed from their energy field somehow. And if this is like some sort of a spiritual connection, maybe it's just like energetic, like you stopped giving them your energy. And even if it's not to the point where you like your person can feel like your energetic connection, I feel like people always feel your energy. Just like when, you know, like say you've been single for a while and you can't find a date, then all of a sudden you get a boyfriend and all these guys come out of the woodwork and want to date you, or girls, whoever. But you know what I'm saying? It's like people can pick up on your energy without realizing that they're picking up on your energy. So maybe that's kind of what's happening here. Like if it's not so like your person actually knows what's going on with you energetically, maybe they just can sense a shift, or there's something in the air. They're like, like I better like, you know, stay back or something like that. Like definitely you detach from them, and they can feel it though. And it surprised them. And I think they're in a lot of turmoil over it. No, you are in a turmoil over it. I feel like this could be a pile where your energies are switched. That's why I keep like saying it like that. But your person over here, Aquarius person, kapowed you with some detachment, some cold energy. It hit you, it zapped you, and now you're feeling a lot about it. And you feel like this is over, like especially because maybe this person has never like approach the situation in this way. They've always been the one trying to give to you and, you know, kind of initiate conversations and maybe chasing you or something like that. But it's like they put up like a blockade right now. Like they're just like, nah, like no. And I feel like your person is a little bit upset. They're a little bit like, I don't need you. Like with those glasses, like I'm cool, like all on my own, like I'm good, I got this, like, or something like that, almost like a little bit too much. So I think Spirit's like bringing through this message of like, you're trying to act like your person. You're trying to act like you're, you know, all cool, but like you're focusing your energy on past events. You know what I mean? So it's like they are thinking about this, and it is like they're kind of trying to act like, oh, I'm above this, or like I don't care about this, but like they're getting this message of like focusing their energy on past events. So they're clearly like spending a lot of time thinking about this. So I'm curious to see what your person is feeling for you right now. Let's see. How is pile two's person feeling about pile two? Okay. We have Seven of Swords, the Fool, which is more Uranus and Aquarius energy. We have the Three of Cups, the Tower, all right, let's just get one. Oh, thank you. And the Ace of Swords. Okay. Back at the deck energy is the Lovers. Yeah, and again, I feel like there is some sort of like energetic connection or something like where they just feel very connected to you and always have. But I feel like that's something that they're trying to like move on from, to be honest with you, right at this moment. Like, so let's just get into this. So we're starting here with the Seven of Swords. I feel like with the Seven of Swords, I feel like almost like they're, again, like lying to themselves a little bit. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like the way that he's like sitting here, he's looking at all the books on the shelf or something. It's almost like maybe I'm trying to think if they maybe like found out something about you or learned some sort of information about you, or even just had maybe some sort of like an insight. They're like looking at books, like maybe it's almost like I'm getting like they examine the facts of like the situation. Because like, yeah, that's what's in a book. This looks like encyclopedias. It's like they looked at the facts of the situation is what I'm getting from this. And it's almost like they're realizing that they're like living a lie. Like, oh yeah, I'm thinking of Wrecking Ball when it's like, don't you ever say I just walked away. I will always want you. What does the next part go? The living a lie. That's what was in my head, but I cannot think of how that song goes. I can't live a lie, running for my life, whatever, I forget how it goes, but like that part, I will always want you. It's where it's just like, yeah, they had this sort of realization and they're like, okay, fine. Like, you know what I mean? I'm going to still live my life. With the Fool, it's like they're like, if you're not going to come have like this new start with me, like I'm going to have this new start by myself. I feel like they're hanging out with their friends a lot, of like the same sex and stuff like that, or even just like, I'm just getting like platonic friendships. I don't get that they're like dating. The Three of Cups I know sometimes can mean like a third party kind of a thing, but with this imagery here, even like their mom, because that looks like one older lady, and then younger people here, their pets, they're working on their money. It's like, I really feel like, not that it's fake and that they're not really in a good energy right now, but I feel like they're almost like trying to use anger as like some fuel here, because we have Mars energy here with the Tower. But it's just not their natural state, I feel like, to be mad at you. Like, I feel like there is like a tinge of spite to the way that they're like withholding their energy from you. Like, how does it feel? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you withhold your energy from me all the time, like if that's a thing. I feel like they're almost trying to like give you a taste of your own medicine, and that maybe is the facts that they were looking at here, where they were like, you know what, like this person is never there for me, this person is never around for me, so I'm just going to be there for myself. Like I'm going to, you know, get my emotional fulfillment elsewhere, like from my family and my friends, and like by working on the things that I love and creating things that I love for myself, you know? I'll burn this tower down, like, watch me do it. Like, I feel like they're like a powerful, because even POW, POW, well, that could also be prisoner of war, but maybe that's like they felt like a prisoner in this connection with you, like almost like they were chained to like to this connection, but it wasn't moving or anything. So it's like they, yeah, like I'm thinking of this Thanatos energy and like the death energy, and it's like resisting change like for so long. It's like keeps you stagnant. It's like they just, now they're almost like diving a little too enthusiastically into like change. Like, does that make sense? Like they went from like one extreme to the other, where like maybe they were stuck in a energy of, I don't know, just like whatever this dynamic between the two of you was, and now they're like, I'm breaking free, like woo, like, but I don't know, like I'm burning this house down, like living my best life over here. And like I don't think that it's fake, but I think that they really want to move on. Like they really want to try, they really want to be happy. It's not coming from a fake place, but at the same time, like I'm getting that wrecking ball song. And yeah, even with the tower, that's kind of like, I came in like a wrecking ball. I never hit so hard in love. All I wanted was to break your walls. All you ever did was break me. And then, but even in that song, there's like a recognition at the end, like I never meant to start a war. Oh yeah, prisoner of war. That's so weird. I don't know where that's, maybe this relationship has felt like, I mean, you've been doing battle, like, or something like that, or it's just been like a long battle here, like between the two of you. But where it's like, I never meant to start a war. I just wanted you to let me in, and and instead of using force, I guess I should have let you in. Like, I love that line. I love that song, how it flips like that at the end. Anyway, but yeah, so maybe they're like, there's like a recognition here, maybe that they haven't realized yet that they also have walls up, and they also block this connection in some way. They do it maybe by using force, like, you know, instead of like opening up and just becoming more vulnerable and receptive to you themselves. Like they try to like force, and then it ends up creating, you know, more stagnation in this connection. With the Ace of Swords though, I feel like they're headed for some sort of a breakthrough here, where they're gonna sort of like realize this and like balance this out. Like I was saying, I feel like they were on one end of the spectrum, now they're on the other extreme, and then this is coming, like it's a little chaotic like in their mind right now. And I feel like it's like these birds are gonna like settle down, and they're gonna find that good place where they'll take some of this energy with them as well. But like also, like this is the problem here, even with this tower, like there's like a happy smile on her face, like I don't care. Like this death energy, like remember how it was saying like when light, grieving, mourning, blah blah blah. I don't feel like your person's grieving or mourning. Like they're just trying to skip that and like move on to the happy part. And not, you know, like maybe they feel like they've cried enough in this connection, maybe they feel like they've grieved enough, but it's like still like there is some sort of need to, I don't know, like I guess deal with your emotions a little bit. Like this whole tower just fell down, you're gonna feel something, like, you know what I mean? So I feel like they need to like settle down a little bit here and like kind of feel what they're feeling. All right, so let's get some oracle cards to see more. What is pile two's person feeling for pile two? We have the thinking woman. Again, I feel like they're more so, and then we have action. I feel like they're like more so in their, like with this whole, like they looked at the facts. Here she's looking at a book as well. It's like, they're like, well, I can't feel anything because I looked at the facts of the situation, and clearly this person doesn't care about me, or clearly this person's not into me, or like clearly this person is never going to change. Like clearly this is what it is. Like I can't like waste my time being sad about this connection anymore. It's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting. Like her face kind of looks like what the fuck do you want from me? Like, you know, what? Like, I'm trying to read my book. Leave me alone. Like, you know what I mean? All right, let's see. How is pile two's person feeling about pile two? You and your loved ones are safe. Let's see if that comes out. But how is pile two's person feeling? Okay. A new romantic cycle begins. Like, right. And I feel like they're like, if it's not going to be with you, like, I'm going to start one for myself, kind of. Like, and not even necessarily romantic, even though, like, yeah, I think they're open to that. I feel like it's more just like they want to have like a new cycle. Like, they want some new fresh energy. They just want like new. They want new with the Fool here and the Tower. It's like, I want something new. Fine. I have to burn down the old. Like, where are the matches at? Like, let me just like light this shit on fire. Like, I don't even care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're just like, I'm sick of this stagnation. I feel like our person's really sick of the stagnation with the Tower. It's like they're almost like forcing change in their life because they just are so sick of the stagnation. Hold on, let's see. Oh, we got gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. But then look, loneliness on the bottom of the deck. So I feel like they are lonely. Like, there is like that sort of sad feeling that they're not almost like acknowledging within themselves. Again, they're like, ooh, this is a new cycle in my life. Like, things are going to be great from now on. But it's not really, it's almost like toxic positivity with gratitude is kind of what I'm getting. Like, that's really like the vibe that I'm getting. Like, almost like, you see how this, let me see. This is almost reminding me of like, there's like a big stain on the wall, this blue like outer thing. And it's like, you just put like a pretty picture in front of it, but you could still see the stain like creeping through, like seeping through, whatever. So it's like, they're just trying to put like a pretty picture, a pretty face on some uglier emotions that are kind of within. I mean, this is the heart of the reading, this Thanatos energy. I'm not seeing that in their energy at all. Like, they're kind of just trying to gloss over it. So yeah, that's what I would say for your person. Let's get messages now and just see what your person would want to say to you, guys. I'm just going to take these away. And messages. What is pile two's person most wanting to say to pile two? Okay. You're so pure. You're badass. You have so many layers. Sometimes the path to you is straightforward. Sometimes it's a complicated mess, and you're so beautiful at heart. Okay. Whoop. That's way too many. Okay. I almost feel like, oh, look, that's like hiding under there. What is that? I'm scared to face you. Okay, I feel like, okay, I have to say this. The fact that that was like under there like that, probably because I got chocolate on it or something, but yeah, it looks like there's something on there. But whatever. I feel like you have so many layers and I'm so scared to face you being underneath that. I feel like they're really like, this is almost like about, this is what they're saying to themselves. Like, you're a good person, you're badass, like, you're beautiful. But it's like, they're trying, I'm gonna put these back and get more. But they're scared to face underneath all the layers. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I was saying, they built this sort of like, they put that picture frame over it. They're kind of only looking at their life from like an outer level, I would say, instead of like an inner level. Like, they're just like looking at the surface of things, trying to keep things looking good on the outside, like aesthetically. Like, maybe they're just like keeping their house really clean, like dolling themselves up every day, or like really making sure they look good when they go out, something like that. But yeah, I'm gonna put that with that card. So yeah, let's see what else. We have, you're so witty, you hit people with some zingers, love scares me. I love how you take care of other people. This does not look aesthetically pleasing at all here. And what else? I'm so scared to face you, love scares me. I feel like they don't want to, like, you're so innocent but so sexy. Your strength and kindness inspire me every day. I mean, I feel like the reason that your person doesn't want to look at this and doesn't want to face their feelings is because, like, they feel like you're it. They feel like you're caring. They feel like you have a mental connection. They feel like you're sexy, but you're pure, you're innocent. you're strong, but you're kind, like, you know what I mean? Like that kind of like, you're badass, but like, yeah, you're pure and you're badass. Like they feel like you're the whole package. Like you're, like you have everything that they want in a person, and having to tell them, like they have to tell themselves like, this is fine, I'm fine, because like it's like too much otherwise. Like it's like they feel like they're never going to find somebody that kind of checks all their boxes for them like you do. So they have to just sort of like move on from this and just take care of themselves or something like that. So if your person's kind of giving you the cold shoulder right now, I feel like I wouldn't say that they're like lying to themselves necessarily, because I don't even, it could all be very subconscious, but they're definitely, there's more layers to this. Like, so they're not really, they're not in the deepest layer of themselves right now. Like, so they'll get there. I think they'll get there, but just right now they're kind of like doing their own thing. So let them do it. They're just having fun and trying to be happy. So, you know, if you want to be with them and you still feel like you love them or whatever the case is, I mean, I guess, you know, maybe take a look at your own behavior, because I feel like your behavior, just based on what I was getting from this reading, like, is what made this person sort of dip out and just kind of put a wall up. So, I mean, I guess change your behavior if you want to have a changed result. If not, I mean, this person's trying to move on, so you could do the same if that's what you want to do. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and if you did, please take a sec to like, comment, or subscribe to my channel. It would mean so much to me, and thank you so much to all the people that have already. I really appreciate it. I will catch you guys in the next reading. Thank you so much. Have a great day or night. Bye-bye. Hey guys, so if you chose pile 3, the labradorite, what did I say, labradorite? No, it's labradorite crystal, and the Naked Heart Tarot, this is going to be your reading. We'll get into the tarot later. First, we're going to look at the pre-shuffled oracles that I have for you guys. This is representing your connection right now. We have the Bardo. Interesting. For your energy here, we have, well, this is the imagery on the card here. This. And it says, life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You will be surprised where it leads. Okay. For your person, we have romance, Cupid's arrow strikes. Okay. And then for your energy towards your person, we have Taurus, the bombshell, earthy, practical, steadfast, productive, fertile, tactile, ample, worthy, bright, pleasure-seeking, sensuous, blooming, solid, possessive, tenacious, loyal, patient, and deliberate. Okay. And then for your person's energy, we have semi-sextile, allowing. It says encourages, sees the potential, and clarifies, gives hope to, compensates, intuits, tempers, responds, cycle, grows, realizes, and rewards. Okay. So right now, for you guys, well, let's actually, no, before I get into that, let's like read from the book about the Bardo. Let's see. All right. It says the liminal, the in-between, and the transition. Okay. It is said that the Bardo is a place between this life and the next, a liminal realm through which souls pass. Envisioning this inherently mysterious space creates the potential for us to rise above the concerns of this world and see our relationships through a cosmic and timeless lens. We may receive messages from those who are no longer with us or see visions of lives not yet lived. In the bardo, there is potential to forgive the unforgivable, to say the unsaid, to see the unseen, to love the unloved, to let go of all the things that cause us pain. The bardo suspends us in its spaciousness for just long enough to open us to higher wisdom. Its energy does not belong to the Its energy does not belong to Earth as we know it, but rather to the cosmic network of which we are a single thread. Okay. So when light, spaciousness, grace, forgiveness, and truth. When dark, torment, dislocation, hallucination, and transience. And then let's read these things on the side. When the veil between this life and the next is thinned, energy is stirred. This allows for remarkable healing and vision. When the veil between this life and the next is thinned. Okay, remarkable healing and vision. And then the bardo is not to be feared. Take advantage of its energy by recognizing what needs to be resolved. Trust that there is a message for you from beyond. Who is speaking? Go ahead and listen. All right, so I'm thinking from this, like the bardo, it's like limbo. It's like, you know, kind of like, I mean, I've heard people talk about it like, okay, like when you die, like you go to that like sort of like limbo place, I guess this liminal space here, the bardo, and you kind of like do your life review. And that's what it was talking about. Like you see your life from another perspective, a higher perspective. You see your relationships from that perspective as well. So I feel like right now you're both like, what did it say? When light, it's like spaciousness. I want to look at that again because I feel like I get a lot from those little things. Spaciousness, grace, forgiveness, and truth. Okay. So spaciousness. So I feel like right now you're giving each other some space, first of all. Like I feel like that's like a thing here. I feel like you're sort of, I almost feel like spirit is sort of creating space between you right now in order for you guys to maybe focus on your own lives or something like that. And look, we even have here, life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. So that's what this was talking about, that in-between phase. So I feel like you are in this in-between phase right now. I feel like your person over here is growing with this plant energy, encourages, sees the potential in, gives hope to, compensates, tempers, responds, cycles, grows, realizes, and rewards. So I feel like this space that you guys have between you right now is sort of allowing you guys to each flourish on your own. I feel like this is very much like two separate energies. So like you could even feel like even if you were in communication, like it kind of like stalled or stopped for a while, like there's something where it's like, I mean, I guess if you're like watching this, like if you do live with somebody or something like that, maybe they're like working a lot and you like maybe your schedule changed. So like now, like you're not seeing them as much as you used to, like even it could be something like that here. But I feel like this space that has kind of come between you guys is almost, at least for your person, really drawing them in towards you. I feel like it's the space has given them, like the distance between you has really like created space is what I'm trying to say, for like their feelings to grow, their romantic feelings to grow or something like that. And maybe you're over here just kind of like living your best life. We have Taurus, the bombshell. I feel like you're in a good energy where you're like feeling good about yourself. I feel like you could be really like trying to like enhance your look, because this is talking a lot about like what your physical attributes: fertile, tactile, ample, worthy, ripe, pleasure seeking. So pleasure seeking, I feel like you're trying, I feel like you're almost, when we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life. I feel like you are going with the flow here. But I also feel like this card is asking us to sort of, there's like all these skulls on here. Like this could be like a dark place. And maybe you feel like you've already kind of like went through this like death part of it. And now you're in this happy kind of a phase. And like you're about to get into like a new cycle where you're just going to be happy, like, or something like that. I feel like you're looking forward to the future. You're feeling good about yourself. I feel like you're feeling like attractive and juicy over here. I feel like with Taurus, it's a lot about the second house and your value and your worth. So I feel like you've sort of seen your value and you're like, I am amazing. Loyal, patient, solid, possessive. Also with Taurus, it could talk about the home, like your outer environment and kinds of things, like just like really trying to make yourself feel comfortable in your space in your home. A lot of times that's what Taurus talks about. Cancer too, but like Taurus is like about like sensual, like I feel like you're trying to sort of make yourself feel good with outer things, if that makes sense, like a good food, like maybe like lighting candles, like your lighting in your house with blankets, like creating like that sense of sanctuary for yourself, just so you feel like almost like a goddess. Like you could be doing like spa treatments on yourself every night, like, you know what I mean, like really taking care of yourself from like the inside out. Even stuff like flossing, like just like little things, like the little details of your life, and you just like, but you're really taking care of yourself right now. I feel like you're really trying to take care of yourself. But there is some sort of a feeling here that you're resisting the natural flow of life. So maybe there is some sort of like pain that needs, that it's like kind of, that's like looking like little Pac-Man skulls. Wait. Like I feel like for you guys watching this, like this is you here, like I'm great, blah blah blah. But it's like this death energy, like these little Pac-Man skulls are like like they're gonna like kind of like they're getting closer, like, you know what I mean? Like you can't really like avoid them forever. Even if you're not trying to, you're like to like necessarily like avoid them. I feel like you're trying to like, I feel like there is a sort of avoidance. Maybe you're not realizing it yet, but I feel like there is some sort of like darker emotion, or there is something that you have to like look at, and maybe even just feel like emotionally in this situation that is, you're sort of resisting a little bit. Okay. So let's get some cards. Oh wait, did we really talk about your person? Well, I just feel like your person, like I feel like they're using this time, not even using it, but I feel like there's definitely space between you. You're in this in-between phase, and I feel like I feel like I was saying, like this is you, and almost like this is your person's like Pac-Man energy. Like they're like more so like now that you're sort of like pulled back and like focusing on yourself, like they're like like I was saying, like they want to, like they want more sort of a thing. Like they encourages, sees the potential, compensates, intuits, responds. I don't know. I feel like definitely your person is hungry for more for you here. So let's see. What is your person feeling about you? Let's get more. We have the Ace of Swords. And didn't they say realizes and rewards? So I feel like they've had some sort of maybe epiphany since it came out right under the bombshell thing here. Look, the Ten of Pentacles, like they see your worth. Ten of Pentacles, yes. Right under the, and like it's because you started seeing your own worth, which is good. So it's like they have some sort of clarity on that where they're like, whoa. We have the Queen of Cups and the Seven of Cups. We have Death and the Spirit of Pentacles. And the Spirit of Pentacles is, I think, the King of Pentacles. Okay. And the Page of Wands, Innocence of Wands. So I feel like definitely like the overall feeling of this reading of what your person is feeling is like, curious, excited about you. They want to like, I feel like they want to like, I feel like if they've been stuck in their emotions for a while, or like they're like not facing their emotions has kept them stuck, it's almost like they're breaking free. This always looks to me like this whale is stuck in like a web of like barnacles or something, and it's just like, I gotta get out, I gotta get out. It's like that emotional, but it's like their emotions that's making them want to come forward. Like, you know what I mean? It's like they're emotionally motivated, I would say. I also feel like with the Seven of Cups, like they're very confused. Like, they can't really see because this giraffe has like the clouds like over its head, and it's like, they kind of don't. It's like they want to like be they want to come towards. They want to move forward. They're emotionally motivated, but then like there's this sort of like scattered emotional energy as well. Maybe that they're feeling from you, to be honest. I feel like maybe they used to be very sure about how you felt about them, but now like they can't see it anymore and they don't know. Like I feel like they're like, it was always so sure to them and now it's not, and that confusion is sort of making them realize how precious what they actually had was, or something like that. Like it was like a gift, the way that this death is like sort of like reaching out for this butterfly. I hope you can see that. I'm not standing up right now. Can you see that right there? Ah. I don't know. But it's almost like maybe you like accepted that this was dead or something like that, and like just sort of like moved on, and like now your person's like, wait a minute, like I had this precious gift. Like it's like they're really like it's like energetically like you know, making them sort of want to come towards you. Like, but yeah, this is under this Cupid's arrow strikes. I feel like they needed this jolt in order to sort of appreciate maybe you more. And then we have this King of Pentacles, so it's like I see the Knight of Wands underneath here too. So yeah, they're emotionally motivated, but it's like they know they have to sort of be more serious about this, take this connection more seriously. Death is serious, like, you know, it's like I think they've realized like the depth of their own emotions when it comes to you, and that again, they're emotionally motivated to take this relationship more seriously. I think because they're realizing like that maybe the way you feel about them, they're not so sure about it anymore, and they're like, maybe like they kind of took it for granted. I would say they definitely took it for granted in the past somehow, or they maybe are still like taking you for granted a little bit. And oh no, we're not doing this yet. I don't know why I just grabbed that, but yeah, I feel like they took you, or they're taking you for granted, and now they're kind of like looking at it from a different angle, and they're in this in-between phase, like as a result of their actions. Like now I wouldn't say that this is an ending, because this, you know, or we would have got like a sort of card of like an ending. Like this is a card of like a transitional phase. So, and we're talking about it here too. You're in a transitional phase. You're like transitioning on from this. And then your person's like getting struck by Cupid's arrow. So I feel like this is really motivating them and making them grow themselves like emotionally with the Queen of Cups here. So let's see what else. Oh, I wasn't really asking, but that was the 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. How is pile 3's person feeling about pile 3? We have Yin and Yang, number 22, with Goddess of the Moon. So maybe it's like your person is just realizing how well you guys go together, that you really are like a good match. Like they're seeing things about you like that they've never noticed before. Like they're realizing it's like the whole package or something like that. You're like 2 peas in a pod. Number 22 is like a master number, but it's also like the 2 is the energy of like partners and relationships and things like that. So it's like I think they're realizing like how well you balance each other out, and that it's not, and that almost like they're seeing your worth, not in the way that they didn't think you were good enough before, but they're seeing, I think, how rare and unique you are, especially when it's concerned with being compatible with them. I feel like they're realizing, oh, like they've maybe always known you were beautiful, and they've always known you were smart, and they've known you were this and that, whatever. But now they're like realizing how well your energy complements theirs, if that makes sense. Like specifically, like your energies together work so well. That's what they're, I think, realizing. And even with tempers, like temperance, it's like the energy of blending 2 things together. So I think they're realizing that there really is no better match when it comes to that than you and them, you know, which is, you're probably like, yeah, I've been trying to say that. All right, sorry, that was be bold to make the first move. But what is pile 3's person feeling for pile 3? Oh my God, these keep. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. Again, seeing worth, seeing, I guess like value and stuff like that, but full moon in Virgo. So let's just go, oh no, we're not. And then we have you're very close to achieving your goal. So again, I feel like this whole process is kind of like making them sort of rise up a little bit to want to be on your level. I feel like you're more so in the beginning of a phase, and they're getting this full moon in Virgo. So I feel like they're like wrapping up a phase, maybe of feeling like they don't deserve good things subconsciously somehow. So that's why maybe they were blocking this connection with you. Again, not making excuses for them. They need to figure that out and fix it, if that is, even if that is the case. But I feel like that could be a thing where now they're more open and allowing of good things in their life, because they realize like it's rare and like it may not come along again, you know. Let's see, how else is pile 3's person feeling for pile 3? Failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. And then envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. I mean, I feel like they're also thinking like, I ruined this, and like, what if my person ends up with that envy, like with somebody else? Like, I'm gonna regret that. Like, I feel like they're really thinking about a lot of these things with failure and death. It's like this failure had to happen, this death had to happen in order for them to sort of learn this lesson, like, so completely. So very interesting, guys. All right, let's put these away. And then we're going to do the messages real quick. So let's see. Oh my God. All right. What would pile 3's person most want to say to pile 3? You're not afraid to look silly. You're my perfect match in every way. How am I able to feel you when you're miles away? I feel a very strong connection to you. When I come back, I'm coming back right. I'm trying to keep my grip on reality, but I don't even know what that is anymore. I get so confused and don't know what's right. Should I contact you if I'm not ready for a full-blown relationship, or will that make things worse? I'm starting to understand why things had to happen the way they did. I never decided to trust you and love you. One day I just realized you snuck in there somehow. And then it says, I've made my choice, be seeing you. I think that what this is saying is that this is kind of like that yin yang energy that I was getting, where they just realized like, oh, like we are a perfect match. Oh, you're my perfect match. Okay, yeah. Like we are, that's what they're realizing. Like, and I feel like this has sort of like upended their whole like sense of stability in their life. I think they're sort of like, the dust is settling right now, and they'll sort of start building themselves up again and like have this growth, you know, and like change and like forward momentum. But yeah, I feel like, should I get more? I feel like I got more in the other ones. Let's see, what more? But yeah, with the, that's too much. With the, I get so confused and don't know what's right. So maybe they're not there yet, but like, this is like sort of the start of that. We did have the Page of Wands, like where they're starting to like, sort of, okay, that came out again. So we're going to take that. But these are too many. Hold on. So they definitely want to see you, or like at least move this forward in some way. Maybe they want to initiate some sort of small contact, but then there's like, well, when I come back, I'm coming back right. So maybe they want to do things the right way, like ask you on a date or something like that, to show you that they do see your worth and how good you guys could be together, like, you know, and that it's not just like, okay, can we please get like one at a time? What else? They have a lot to say to you. I feel like they really want to like spill their guts. Oh my God. Oh, now I'm thinking of that song. It's by Nickel. It's called Stupid Thing. Like, I'm one step away from spilling my guts to you. That just like popped in my head. Okay, we're just taking these. I can feel your anger and pain. Or maybe I'm starting to understand why things had to happen the way they did. Maybe they're starting to understand why you were so like pissed off with them, or like angry and pain over their actions. Like maybe now they're getting a dose of their own medicine and they're like, oh, this sucks. You have the best taste in music. No matter how things may seem, there's something special that's reserved only for you. I think they really want you to know that they don't feel like this about anybody else. Like, you are the only one that they feel. You have like just that trust and that love, like that's something rare for them to feel. I want to fix this, but your ferocity scares me. I mean, you are in a very powerful energy right now, so they're probably just like sensing that and are kind of like scared to approach, and you're the whole package. Definitely. Your shape is my absolute fave. And again, like that juicy energy, like you're definitely juicy, like and they're noticing. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, comment, or subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.